Imagine being able to build a highly functioning website that's aesthetically pleasing in not weeks, but in minutes. That is exactly what I'm going to show you to do in this video, is how to use the power of AI to be able to create beautifully looking websites that don't just look good, but also perform well. Now, my name is Braden and I built an agency with about 50 clients, and with AI, I have been able to build faster and better to help my clients get what they want, and that is their time back. So let's jump into this here. What we're going to be talking about today is how to use tools like anti-gravity with Go High Level to be able to bring a beautiful looking website that functions well, but then also has the back end like a CRM, automations, emails, and even calendars to best help the client succeed. So if you don't know already, anti-gravity is an IDE. It is a software that allows you to use multiple different coding agents to bring forth a website or an app or whatever. Now, Anti-Gravity offers this tool for free, so you're just going to want to go to Anti-Gravity and you can download the Mac OS version, and you'll see there's these different versions that you can download here. Now, once you download it, it's going to open up a dashboard that looks something like this. Now, don't be afraid. It might look a little bit technical, but the things that we're going to be going through today are fairly simple. First, you're going to see right here in the middle, you have things like Open Folder, Open Agent Manager, or Clone a Repository. And then over on the right-hand side, you're going to see that there's a chat bot that you're able to go put in prompts and different things like that. Now, to get started on our website, we're just going to open up a folder, and we're going to create a new folder. For this video, we're just going to do testing website. And then you're going to do create. Now, what this has done is it's going to create a folder that will store all of the information for your project moving forward. So anytime you do any kind of coding or different elements or photos or logos, it's all going to be stored right here under the testing website. Now, you could just start by putting your prompt in right here and actually start prompting it to go build your website. But what we're going to do is actually go into Agent Manager. So as soon as you click on the Agent Manager, it's going to look something like this, and you're just going to want to switch over to whatever folder you're working in. Now, what Agent Manager is it's similar to like a ChatGPT, where you're able to have conversations back and forth, even have it go do research. That way you're set up for success. So for this very first prompt, all we're going to do is we are going to put in right here, hey, I'm building a website for a local landscaping company in Boise, Idaho. I would like you to do some research on what might be good to have on a landing page so that we can convert website visitors into leads and into customers. And there is that prompt right there. So we're just going to take that prompt and we are going to press send. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to open up an agent that goes and does that research for us. So that's up and going right there. While that is happening, we can go over here and do another agent, and we can say a prompt like this. Please interview me about my landscaping business for all the details that you might need to make a very good looking and high converting landing page. And then this is going to act just like a regular AI agent or an AI chatbot, where it's going to ask us some really good questions. And we're just going to go answer those questions here. So we can just go through one by one, and we can start answering some of these questions. Hey, the name of the landscaping business is Green Grass Landscaping. We are based out of Meridian, Idaho, and we have been in business for 15 years. Our primary services are we do lawn care, we do tree trimming, we do sprinkler repair, and we do irrigation. We are specifically known for our lawn care services and coming around weekly. Yes, we offer seasonal services like snow removal. Our target audience is a homeowner that is needing everyday things at their house done. The typical price range, it is anywhere from $200 to $300 per visit. I am specifically targeting upper middle class to upper class houses. The thing that sets us apart from our competitors is that we are consistent and that we come back on a weekly basis so that we take the stress out of having a beautiful yard. Customers typically say they like working with us because we are responsive, we take their notes into consideration, and we leave their yards better than we found them. We'll worry about testimonials later. The action that I want people to take is to either fill out a request form or to give me a phone call. And the best ways for customers to reach us is by filling out the contact form. Our main colors are a forest green and black and maroon. And so what we've just done here is we have given it this prompt, and it's going to study about our business. So it's going to understand who we are and everything that we do. Now we need to go back here. You can see this blue dot here. That means there's some kind of thing that's waiting for us that we need to go respond to. So it looks like it's searching the web. So it's actually going and doing its thing right now. And it doesn't look like we need to go do anything. But you can see here it's finding things like you need a good hero section, you need a good service section, you need a good trust signal, and about section and service area. Now this may seem really, really in depth, but this is going to make it so that you can start off doing a very, very good job. So I'm just going to come back to this now. And again, this is the landing page research. And I'm just going to say, awesome, please go use these as guidelines that we can use in the project as we start to design our landscaping business. And we're going to go send that now into that project folder that we're working in. Now we can come back to the landing page and say, please take all of this information and put it into our project so that we can refer to it when we're building out our landing page. So what we just did here is we did all this research on what makes a good landing page and then had it interview us on the things that it needs in order to create a good landing page. And that will make it so that it will go into the project. So when we start prompting, we've already given it this brain of who we are, what we're wanting, and what even makes a good landing page. And then we're going to go build it. All right, and now that this is done, you're going to see right over here we have landscaping guidelines. So it has all of the different things to make a really good landing page. Like it has an FAQ section, has best practices, has messaging tips, has a service area, has all this different kind of stuff. And then here's our project brief of all of the different things that sets us apart as a business. Now the beautiful things about both of these is if we then come into the prompt here and we type in at and then landscaping research, let's see, landscaping guidelines, and then we go at landscaping or project brief like this. It's then going to refer to those documents so that it knows what to build. And then we're just going to give it the next best prompt. Okay, now that we have our landscaping guidelines and our project brief, I would like for you to design a beautiful landing page that is catered to turning website visitors into customers. I want you to build it in Astro and then also use Tailwind CSS to build a beautifully stunning website that has good animations, that functions well, that converts website visitors into leads. And also if there's any images that you need to make, please go ahead and create those images. And then once you're done, make sure that we can see this locally and open it up in a local server. And just like that, so now we've given it the landscaping guidelines and the project brief. And this is like, rather than having to come up with the perfect prompt that says, oh, go build these pages or go build this thing about me or whatever, we already took care of that in the beginning. And now what we're doing is we are asking it, okay, now I need you to actually go build the website. And we've given it all this context already. And so you can see right here, it says, I now have a clear picture of the project. This is for Greengrass Landscaping in Meridian, Idaho, a 15-year-old company specializing in lawn care, tree trimming, sprinkler repair, irrigation, and snow removal. Now, just a couple of things to keep in mind. If you have some kind of onboarding process for your business, like you already have customers that are filling out a form, or you already have templates that you like working with, rather than doing the first step, which I showed you, you can just upload those different things into the project. And that way, as you're building out the new website, that the project or the AI will already know what to do moving forward. So now we'll just kind of let this work. It's going to start building out the website. You're going to see right here, it's actually going to give itself a whole entire to-do list. Like here's the project setup where it needs to do Astro and Tailwind. It's going to go generate these images so that we have a good hero background image and then all of the different things for the different services. It needs to go build out these specific components. It needs to do this for page assembly, and then it's going to verify it. It is going to make sure the website's working, and then it will actually open it up once we're done. I'll see you when it's finished. And as we're letting the website being built, it's still being built in the background, I just want to explain what we're going to be doing next. Because having a beautiful looking website is only half of the equation. There has been plenty of times that I have met with my clients and they'll have some kind of contact form on their website and it's not even sending them an email or their client an email. And so we want to make sure that we're giving them the best of both worlds, where they have a website that they're proud of and that they want to show off, but it's also notifying them and help them run their business better and more clearly. And that's where a CRM comes in. And so right here on this left-hand side, you can see what is a website. It's obviously the digital storefront. It tells your story and it shows what's going on in your business. Then we're going to be able to take the information from that website, like somebody filling out a contact form, and putting it into a CRM. Now, a CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It makes it so that you can keep notes on the customers. You can keep track of when you've done something with the customer, if they have any appointments, if they've made any payments. That way, anytime you're working with a customer, you know exactly what's going on. It's going to do more than just keeping track of the customer though, because the tool we're going to be using is called Go High Level. And with Go High Level, you'll be able to activate things like automations, like sending them emails, whether that's just a quick email after the contact form or a newsletter that is ongoing. And then later, if you even want to really deep dive in, you can add things like AI agents to be able to communicate with them back and forth. That way you can help them even if you're not at work. And now that you understand a little bit more about the website and the CRM side, let's get back into the project and see how it's doing. So it looks like it's done. You can see right here, it's actually checked off all of these different things. So it's done the image generation. If we actually go over into the public files here and go to images, you can see all of these images that it created for our website, which is just phenomenal. Now, again, you can go throw in these images into the folder if you want to later on. But then it went and built out the individual components, like all of the different sections on the website. It built the page assembly. And now what it's doing is it's actually going through and it is testing the website to see if it's good. So you can see it deployed it on a local host. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what that means, as you're building in some of these different AI tools, it's actually going to build it on your device locally, meaning it's not possible for other people to go look up your website yet. I will show you that here in a second, but for right now, it's just hosting it locally, and then we can go view it and make sure that it looks good to go. But right now, it's just going doing all the verifications. You can see here, it's running the dev server. It's testing all the interactions and animations. So not only is it building it, but it's going and making sure that it works for you so that you don't have to worry about the headache of somebody being upset because a button doesn't work or an animation isn't working as planned. And then lastly, it will go just double check that it is mobile responsive, meaning so that it works on a desktop, but then it also works on mobile so that no matter where people are searching from, that they'll be able to get the results that they're looking for. Okay. So it looks like it's doing that now. And as it's doing that, let me actually just show you. So it actually spit up this little URL here. If we can just go scroll up and find it. So you can see it gave us this URL. And then the thing with, looks like there was some kind of bug. So we'll just retry that here. And we're just going to copy this link right here and actually go into a terminal and go check that out. So we'll just post that here. And this is what the website looks like. You can see here, here's the green grass landscaping. It has the beautiful thing in the background. Got this really pretty glass morphism button here. We scroll down a little bit, got that really good animation for lawn care, tree trimming, sprinkler repair, irrigation, and snow removal. The green grass difference, that's awesome. So weekly consistency, stress-free. Got this. Here's some little reviews here. Here's a little bit of an about us section. What our customers say, so it's actually throwing in reviews, which is awesome. And then here is that contact form that people can go build out. So this honestly looks beautiful. Now that we're done, we can either go make any of the edits, which I'll allow you to do, but now I'm going to show you how to then go put this online so that your client can view it, and more importantly, so that we can go set up the Go High Level integration so that the contact form actually goes somewhere. All right, so you're going to want to come into your project, and then you're just going to open up the chat again, and all you're going to say in the chat is, please prepare this to push to a GitHub repo, and then make it so that we can publish on Vercel. And what that's going to do is it's then going to go convert all of this so that we can put it onto GitHub. And if you're not sure what GitHub is, it's basically just a way to store all of these files online. That way they're not just pointing to your computer. And then Vercel is actually going to push it to a domain. So you can see here, it's going to go ahead and do that. As it's doing that, we are going to go grab the repo on GitHub, and then we're going to come back and give it to Anti-Gravity so that it knows where to push everything. Okay, so here we are on GitHub, and all we're going to go do is go to New. You're going to want to go sign up for a GitHub account. It is free, and then you're going to see there's this little area for repositories, and you're just going to go here to New Repository. And we can just name it whatever. So let's just say landscaping 123, and then you can put in some kind of description like landscaping website. And then another thing is you can just go to private. That way nobody is able to get into your repo or make any changes besides you, and then create the repository. Then you're going to notice at the top here, it's going to give you a URL. So we're going to copy that URL, and we're going to go back into Anti-Gravity. Then we're going to come into Anti-Gravity and just simply say, here's the GitHub repo, and then paste that link from GitHub. Then you're going to notice it's going to see that there is that repo, and it will actually start to take all of these files on the left-hand side and put them inside of GitHub. So that is just working on doing that right here. It looks like it's waiting. we're going to go ahead and just deny this message so that it focuses on this message, and then send, and then see what it comes up with. So just like that, I can see you've already created the GitHub repository. Let me push the code to it now. So it's now going to start to push the code on our computer and actually push it into our GitHub repo. Okay, it's connecting. It's putting all that over. And again, all this is doing is it's taking all the code that you had on your computer and it's going and putting it into GitHub. So let's go check that GitHub now. Okay, now that we're back in GitHub, we'll just come back to the dashboard here and we'll go look for, we're going to go look for the repo that we just published. So let's go home. Let's go find the landscaping one here. Landscaping 1, 2, 3. And just like that, you can see all the files. So here's all the public files, and then here's all the images that it had in there so that we know that we're good to go. After it's pushed to GitHub, then you're going to want to come into a website called Vercel. Vercel then connects into GitHub, and it makes it so that you can actually push this to a temporary domain and later even connect a domain from like GoDaddy or Bluehost. That way you can push your website live. But for right now, we're just going to do the temporary domain so that we can show it off to our client. So once you set up your Vercel account, it's going to bring you into a dashboard just like this, and you're just going to go to add new and then go to project. And you're going to see as soon as you do that, it might prompt you to connect to GitHub. And once you connect to GitHub, all you're going to need to do is go to this one right here, and you see how it says landscaping 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go import. For you, it would be whatever project you have. And it already knows that it's an Astro. If it doesn't, you're just going to want to switch that over to Astro, and then you're just going to want to go do deploy. Now what this is going to do is it's going to then take Vercel, connect everything into GitHub. So it's looking at the GitHub, making all the connections. That way when we deploy it, all that's happening is Vercel is kind of the middle ground where it's pointing to all of the different files on your GitHub and making it presentable and viewable to your visitor. And so it's going to go through and do that now. You can see it's going to go build the logs and the deployment summary, and then now it's done. Now you can see you just deployed this project. And then we can go to the dashboard here, and it's going to give us a temporary domain. So here is the temporary domain for our website. And if we go visit it, it's authenticating, boom. Just like that, we can now go send this website over to our client so that they can view it and see how it's doing. But remember, if we have a really good looking website, but it doesn't actually function well, are we really serving the client to the best of our ability? And that's where Go High Level comes in. Now, Go High Level, it is a CRM software that has access to a bunch of tools. So if we scroll down here, you might recognize some of these. There's like ClickFunnels, there's WordPress, there is Calendly, there is School, there's DocuSign, there's MailChimp, and all these different things. So Go High Level is a business software that allows businesses to use a bunch of different technology like sending out emails, keeping track of leads, taking notes, sending documents, collecting invoices, and it's all a super low price of $97 a month. If you were to do it separately with all these different softwares, which I have clients that literally do that, they'd be spending way, way more. And so what we're going to do is not only give them a great looking website, but we're going to go connect Go High Level in the back end. We're just going to pass this fee over onto the client and then go charge whatever hosting and maintenance fee that we feel is fair. And so go ahead and sign up. I'll have the link in my bio. You can do a 14-day free trial so you can get all this connected. And I'll actually go into Go High Level and show you where we're going to make the connection. So here we are in the Go High Level dashboard. If you've already signed up for Go High Level, you're very familiar with this look. I've just added my Site Spice logo to the top. That's the logo for my company, but yours will say Go High Level, or if you have a sub account underneath somebody else, it will just show that here. All you're going to do now is you're going to come over into automation, and what we're doing is we're preparing the website to then communicate with Go High Level. And so you're going to come into automation, you're going to do create a workflow, and then you're going to start from scratch. Inside of here, we're going to set up what's called a webhook. This is basically just a code that will attach to the website. So anytime somebody fills out that contact form, it's going to send that information over here. So we're just going to do add a new trigger, and then we're going to look up a webhook, an inbound webhook, and then we're going to copy this URL just like this. Once that's done, we need to go back into anti-gravity and tell it to make the connection for us. So now we're back in anti-gravity, and I've already posted that link right here. And all I'm going to prompt it and say is, hey, please take this webhook link that goes into Go High Level and make sure that anytime somebody fills out the contact form, that it will send their information to this webhook to Go High Level. And now what it's going to go do is it's then going to go do a bunch of coding to be able to make it so anytime somebody fills out the contact form, it will then shoot that over into Go High Level. And we'll see that happen as it's thinking right here in just a second. Now, part of this is it's making it so that the name is then connected to the name in Go High Level, and the phone number is connected to the phone number. And so it's going to go do that now. You can see, got it. I'll integrate Go High Level webhook into your contact form so that the form submissions are automatically sent to that endpoint. Let me first check the current contact form implementation. So you can see it's going and looking at the contact form. Once it understands it, it's then to go back in, insert the webhook. That way all of our contacts will then come in to Go High Level. Okay, so it just finished setting up that webhook here, and you can see I've finished preparing your project, and it actually gave us a work through. So this is one of the things that's really cool about anti-gravity is it then went and did the actual form. You can see here it recorded itself doing the form. It went and pushed it there, and it's making it so that it was just verifying that it did the work right. Now that that webhook is done and it's actually been submitted by anti-gravity, we're going to come back into Go High Level. So we'll click on Go High Level right here, and then we're going to do fetch sample requests. Now you're going to see here is the request that came from anti-gravity. So you can see here there's the test user, there's the phone number, there's the email, there's the service, and so on and so forth. We're going to save that trigger. And then right here, we're just going to connect it to all the fields. So we're going to do name, first name, and then connect that over. Actually, let's go full name. And this is where you're just mapping is what it's called. So you're mapping what's coming over from the website into Go High Level. So you can go to web-bound work trigger here, and then go to name. And then we're going to go into phone, click on phone. We'll go here, do phone, and then we'll do email. And then go to email, webhook trigger, email, and then we'll go into service. I don't know if we have that here, so we won't worry about that for right now because I don't think it will let us add it. We're gonna go do note or message. Let's see what other ones we have available here. Message, headers. Okay, so that's actually pretty good for now. So now we have their full name, phone number, email, and then let's just go see if we can go add in, let's go back to time zone, last name, country. What can we help you with? Perfect, there's that one there. And then we're just going to set this one up with the note or message. There we go. Perfect. So now we have their full name, phone number, email, and then what we can help them with. And we're going to save that action. And then we're going to publish it. Now what that means is we can then come to our beautifully designed website and we can come and fill out the information form here. So Braden, Carter, here's some kind of dummy phone number. We need one more number here. And then we'll just go testing. 123 3@gmail.com, and then we'll go put in a service and then a message. I just need help, and then send. So it went and it sent that form now, which is perfect. We're going to come back into Go High Level here. We're going to go into our contacts, and you're going to see just like that. There's Braden Carter that filled out the form. Okay, so I had went and tested it on the form as you saw, and it didn't come up with the first thing. So I just came back into anti-gravity here, and I basically just said, let's see, where's the message that I sent in? Right here. I just said, hey, when I submitted it, it didn't work. Will you just go check on this? And it did all of this debugging, and it actually opened up Go High Level, Vercel, and GitHub, and it went and found the fix for me, and then it gave me this entire work through of updating me on what it did. So it went and looked up the repository, it looked at Vercel, it did all of this kind of stuff, and then it verified on Go High Level that it actually worked. So now let's go try it for the last time. That way I can show you what is supposed to happen. So if we go to our Vercel here, and then we go into our landscaping page, and we come down, and we go put in our information like burrito, Play-Doh, and we go like this, and then go do burrito at Play-Doh.com. I feel like I always do 5123. I need to put in a different phone number, snow removal, and then just a project detail here. So, hey, super excited to get started. And then send. So now that is sent over. So now if we come back into Go High Level here, and then we go look at the enrollment history, you're going to see it's right here. It's still trying to figure out what the name is because it's interpreting the webhook. But if we go back, you can see burrito Play-Doh. And if we come into our CRM here, go into contacts, and then we come into burrito Play-Doh, just like that. And that makes it so not only does the website look good and it functions well, but now it's connected to a CRM. And then from here, we can go attach it into automations for email, go attach it to AI to help us through some of the lead processing steps. But but this makes it so the website becomes that much more powerful. So guys, here we are. We did this in less than an hour. I obviously did some stitching and editing, but I started a little less than 45 minutes ago. We now have a landing page that is functional, that we can connect to a domain and works with an active level CRM. If we wanted to, we could go sell this right now. If this video is helpful, go ahead and press that subscribe button down below. Let me know what other information or tutorials you're looking for, and we'll see you in the next video.